Hello everyone and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today is part 2 of round 1 of our Superbike 2024 debut. Of course, we're on the M1000RR. We will be starting from 7th place and we will be fighting against the 120% difficulty in both the Superpole race and race 2. Let battle commence. So up first then, boys and girls, is the Superpole race. Of course, this will determine our position that we start in the next race if we finish in the top 9. Not a great start this time around, and I've also had to make a very small change. We've had to run the SCX tyre. I did use that SC1 ever so slightly in practice as well, so it's a little bit worn for this session, but I'll be honest, I didn't try any of the other tyres, so I'm a little bit concerned that we don't have the right tyres, so I had to use the SC1. I've got one more SC1 saved for the race very, very soon. So now into the left-hand side there, trying to go the long way around Alvaro Bautista might not pay off, and up at the inside of another Ducati. Don't think Sam Lowes is going to appreciate that one too much, but I have made it stick, and I guess I'm through. So not the cleanest of overtakes, but I don't think we should be looking at penalty or anything like that. It was a little bit aggressive, but we had to make our way stick because, of course, this is only an 8-lap race. Less than half of what we had in race 1, and of course less than half we will have in race 2 at the end of this Superpole session. So, up to 4th. Pretty good start so far, I would say so. Of course, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I am about to spoil it. So check out that one before you watch this one, just in case you want to avoid any spoilers in today's video. So, yesterday, cracking results, taking our very first victory in the debut of here in Superbike 2024 with the BMW M1000RR caught onto the offside of the circuit there, onto the green. Thankfully, no track limit warning was given, but more importantly, I'm just glad that we didn't crash, because of course the curbs in this game can be absolutely bloody lethal, so we must be careful. So of course, with the half race distance, the tyres and fuel are proportional, meaning the tyres will degrade a little bit quicker than what they did in race 1. Andrea Iannone and Toprak at the moment are in a cracking position, and I've gone completely deep there for the Miller hairpin. That has cost me time, not too much. We're still very much able to stay within half a second of the duo ahead of us, but it's certainly pressure building at this stage. Of course, for race 2, if we were to stay where we are right now, whoa! Oh my god! Those dreaded curbs. I know I was taking liberties there by getting onto the curb, but wow, we lost half a second. I have got a lot of work to do now. We're second, 0.1, behind our teammate, Toprak Razgatlioglu. Of course, it was a cracking result into race 1 for both the two BMW riders. I think the guys back home in Munich will be chuffed to bits with the results so far. But I was going to say, I have changed over now to the SCX, and I must confess, I don't think it feels as good as the SC0 did. I was hoping for that extra early grip at this stage, just so I can get myself over there and fight for those top 2 positions. Of course, as I was going to say before I interrupted myself earlier, was that we will be starting from the front row if everything stays as it is. So this is vital for our Superpole race. So as we do finish here, we might lose 5 points to Toprak, but we've still got a lot of chance to finish in a good position. Gap is still at 0.9 of a second to Iannone, a little bit more for Toprak, as he is leading this race, Superpole race right now. Look down the order there as well. Buliga and Bassania. As I mentioned in the previous video, actually, I am running the number 41. I wanted to use 47, and I wanted to use number 11 if 47 wasn't available. But as you see, both numbers are not available, and therefore had to get creative, and Sergio23 has designed me a wonderful 41. It looks like the 47, but the blue sort of signifies that it's a cut-off from the number 7. A bit like what Marco Bezzecchi does for the number 72. He's actually using number 12, but instead they have the 7 with a little bit of a cut next to it. Looks really good, and I'm happy with what Sergio's done, so a big thank you to the Belgian ace. Now, this lap time here is going to be quicker than Toprak's fastest lap set a moment ago. Of course, we don't have many more laps after this one, so we have to get the hurry on, and look at that. New fastest lap for me, lap record as well for myself. That's the best I've done around Phillip Island this weekend. Marvellous. And we're in 0.7 of a second. We're in range now as the race is beginning to get to that 50% race distance. Can we catch up to the duo ahead of us? I am pushing really hard now though. The SCX tyre has been absolutely destroyed. I had the option of running the SCQ, which of course is the qualifying tyre, but I just didn't think that was going to be a wise choice for a track as abrasive on the left-hand side of the tyre like Phillip Island. Gap is half a second as we dive into Siberia. Can we close in on the Italian? Of course, 3 debuts in different ways here at the moment. Toprak's BMW debut, Andrea Ianni's debut to World Superbike, and of course my debut to the BMW team here in Superbike 24. Not quite 24, but you get my point. It's the Superbike 22 mod, Superbike 24 mod with the Superbike 22 game, made by the fantastic Tyrant 14. It is on PC, so if you want to check it out, check the link down below. Good entrance into turn 12 there. We should, as we bring on the power, take some slipstream to get us a possible 126 lap time across the line. Oh, not quite. 127 0.036. But look how much closer we are. 4 laps remaining. Whoa! That was tight to the Duan corner. That was a little bit scary, as a matter of fact. Just touching the apex is costing us time. Sends the bike sliding. I really want to avoid that. You know what? Maybe it would have been a better choice to stick with the SC0. It's running out of grip, this SCX. It's going to be good on the right-hand side, but not going to be good for those left-handers. So we now fire out to the right-hander. There's Toprak going a little bit deep. Is he beginning to suffer with some tyre wear at this stage of the Superpole race? Very well could do. Oh, I had a great drive out that left-hander. Now out to 7. Now into 8. Keep it in tight. The AI do struggle a little bit here to Lukey height, so this could be a moment where we can get through. Turn 10 beckons us to go in quite nicely. And we can close in again. Got to be really careful about touching the rear tyre of the bike in front of you. Oh, you only had a wheelie. We're going for it. Give us an inch and we will take a mile. Every time they have that little wheelie, it just opens up the door for me to go on through. And look at this. We're alongside Toprak, side by side. Here we go down the long straight. Oh, contact. Jesus, we got really close there. Across the line, it's going to be Toprak and myself now battling for the lead. Here comes Toprak, superior on the brakes, into turn 1. He has the position, dispossessed for first place. So in a matter of about 3 corners there, we went from 3rd to 1st momentarily, and we're going to take it back. El Turco versus El Granto again. It's going to kick off once more. I hope this season is just going to be filled of battles with the Turkish rider. And who's going to be the last of the late breakers here? Surely I can't go around the outside. No, I've run it deep. Look at his front end. Did you see that on the right hand side of your screen? That's what the widescreen ultra wide perspectives is all about. I could really see what was happening on the right hand side of the screen there. I could see his front end just tucking away. Unbelievable. So here we go then. We have the lead here on lap 6. Is it going to be a carbon copy of what we did in race 1? Once we had the lead there, we were pretty much unbeatable. Can we get the 12 points? That would be 37 of a possible 37 in 2 sessions. Race 1 and the Superpole. Of course, don't forget, after this Superpole race is concluded, we will start race 2 pretty much immediately. So I hope you've got your favourite beverages and maybe a bit of food as you're ready to watch the 2 races we've got on for you on display here today. Across the line, not a bad lap time actually, considering we had a big fight there. I thought it was going to be much worse. Managed to lose around 0.8 of a second. Here we go, penultimate lap then. Is Toprak going to be close enough to lunge again? Is Iannoni going to sit on the podium? He might be joining us in Parc Ferme if it stays the same. In fact, it's gone one better. He's up to 2nd. That could be crucial. We have a very important 0.3 of a second advantage we lean in on the right-hander again. I must say, the tyres don't feel all that bad. even on the left-hand side. The main problem I'm having is it does feel a little bit loose. Oh, okay, the rear tyre slipped there. The rear tyre kicked off. It's protesting under the Australian sun. A tenth of a second separates myself and Iannone. Oh, look how close he is. The Team Go 11 Ducati just eyeballing us for a chance of a lunge. Now into turn 10, little bit deep. We have the line. I don't think they can beat us into turn 11. I really don't. I was always quite quick there, even in online sessions back in the day. Always felt I was had a bit of speed into turn 11. Oh, the rear tyre. Please just hold on for another lap. You can rest easy after this one. Look how much damage or wear has happened to that left-hand side of that Pirelli rubber. They're absolutely knackered now. They are old boots. 0.2 of a second is the gap. Little bit squeamish and squirrely upon the brakes on the left-hander. Now we power on. Don't get caught in the curb. Oh my god, that's the worst thing that could have happened. Iannone comes through. Oh, we got to do all that again on the brakes. Iannone's got the line round the outside. Surely that's not going to pay off, is it? He's running a little bit deep. We both go into Siberia then, with Andrea Iannone leading the way. Bit of contact there, a little bit of a nudge, trying to muscling him out the way. God, that was a little bit unrealistic from Andrea Iannone. There's not a chance in hell he would have let me get through there. He would have been elbows out the lot. That is critical to get past there, because we go into Lukey and then into the MG corner with a lead of 0.2 of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it. We're imperious into turn 11. I think we've done it. It's going to be back-to-back wins for the debutant here on the BMW M1000 RR. Out of the left-hander then. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 0.2 of a second. Iannone on podium position. I think Alex Lowe's just pinched it from Top Rack. He did. So it's myself who wins with Iannone, and then Alex Lowe's in third after pipping Top Rack from the line. Well, that certainly didn't disappoint. And we will start race 2 from pole position. Marvellous. So this is your grid for the race 2. This is the final race of the weekend here in Phillip Island. Of course, we will be starting in pole position with Iannone and Alex Lowe's on the front row. Of course, Top Rack, the big loser there, after going from pole to the second row. We'll see how that affects his Grand Prix here today. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the last race of today, and we could have a chance of winning back to back to back. Let's find out. So then, from pole position, our first one of the season. Of course, only there because of we winning the Superpole race a moment ago. Little bit of a wheelie as we started there. Andrea Iannone was quite quick on the Team 11 Go Ducati. Team Go 11, should I say. So we now go into the Duan corner around the outside of Alex Lowe's. Look at that, it's a magnificent start. Is it going to be a demolition job? We ran it deep into the southern loop, lost a bit of time there. And now Lowe's, with the Kawasaki, has positioned himself perfectly there. That's going to be difficult to get past now. We're on the wrong side here. The AI goes a little bit wide there, so then we can go into the left-hand side, hit the brakes, and possibly go around the outside. Sadly not. Not this time, as we now dive on the right-hander once again to try and fight back against Alex Lowe's. Of course, victory came here in the Superpole race just, 5 minutes ago. Now on to the left-hand side. Got to be careful with that left-hand side, excuse me. Got to be really careful going into turn 7. Of course, we've seen earlier on, if you do run it too tight, run across the curb, it is nightmarish, as you can possibly throw it to the scenery without any fault of your own, but just touching the dreaded rumble strips in this game. So Alex Lowe's got to the front then, a bit like he did in real life in World Superbike, of course. Victorious in 2 of the 3 races at the Australian round of World Superbikes. Now caught a little bit on the curb there. That's a royal pain, that is, when you get caught onto that curb and he just starts wobbling and shaking. Really lose time. Now onto the right hander. This is the Duan corner. try and keep with them now into the southern loop. I don't want... Oh, that's another mistake again. I haven't got the confidence to brake quite early now. Well, excuse me, as late as I did earlier with that SC1 in the Superpole session. I spent so many lap times towards the end there just gently braking to try and keep the SC1 at a decent temperature and not to degrade too quickly. Quite fast up on the exit there, but don't forget we are running the SC0 tyre. It's still a soft option compound, but it's not the super soft. Didn't see if any of the riders were running super softs here, so that's going to be interesting for this race. If they do run the super soft, the tyre could disappear towards the latter stage of today's video, where we should be quite comfortable with our SC0. Onto the brakes there, that's going to run it really wide there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the position. Does Iannone wheelie this time? He doesn't. Well, he does try and position his Ducati in the way. What a debut for Andrea Iannone in both real life and virtual form right now. Looking very promising on that bright yellow Ducati as we power down out of the final corner, onto the long straight and across the line. Fastest man on circuit by probably a thin margin ahead of Andrea Iannone. Ooh. I usually like to brake a little bit earlier there and gradually bring it into the Doohan corner, but unfortunately, Iannone was sort of in my way. I had to give him a little bit of space. Now into the left-hand side. I do feel quite strong in this entire sector, really. Sector 3 maybe not as much, but here we are on the left-hand side of the tyre. Hit the brakes. I really want to send it, but not close enough yet. Still a lot of time in this race. Don't really need to do anything drastic. Would like to try and get to the front and see if we can break away from the pack. Of course, it went so well in race 1 yesterday's video, and of course Superpole just 5 minutes ago was also incredibly intense, but I was rather calm. We had it covered. I felt really good with this bike, and I think this is the best I've ever felt with Superbike 22, to be honest. Whether that's just Tyron's mod, or if it's the case I've just got a better feeling for the game now, or maybe I just feel a little bit better in racing games in general. But there goes Iannone a little bit wide. I'm keeping it as tight as the apex as I possibly can, but Iannone round the outside. The former MotoGP race winner has got that position covered, but for how much longer? No! Oh my god! Oh wow. Hearts in mouths, I need a moment. I need a moment just to take it steady and catch up to these two. Christ almighty. I thought that was it for sure. Thank goodness it hasn't ended there. That would be such a disappointment. Of course, it's been a terrific race weekend so far. And if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It helps the channel grow significantly well as we now try and outbrake Andrea Iannone. That might have worked here. He might go tight to the apex and we might just hold him out to dry into Siberia. No, not quite. Andrea Iannone is not to be pushed around. We lean into the left-hander for turn 7. Quick change of direction into 8. They are really good into that corner, but here in Lukey Heights, this is where they lose time. If they didn't lose so much time there, I think this would be a much more difficult challenge. So now go on to the late brakes. Oh no! Keep trying to get the braking right there, but keep every now and again make a small mistake. Speaking of mistakes, there goes Andrea Iannone doing a wheelie. Excuse me, I'm coming through. That's all I need, just a small invitation, and I will RSVP and see you in the corner to overtake. I've done it again. Come on, Matt. That's twice in a row. Probably going to lose the position to Andrea now. Still got it for now. Really tight apex there, but he is there behind us. Of course, Andrea Iannone crashed out of race 1 yesterday. Went a little bit too wide. Speaking of too wide, please don't touch the grass. Oh, what's going on? I'm nowhere near as calm as and collected as I was in the Superpole session. It seemed so much better in that Superpole race. It really did. Now onto the brakes. Iannone might have another line there. Look at this. Come on. We're going to the long lap penalty loop. Where's this coming from? Oh my god, we're down to 9th. Gotta just try and refocus here. Just try and recalibrate and get back to what we were doing. I'm losing a bit of confidence on the brakes. I'm not braking as aggressively as I should be. I was doing it much more aggressively early, but towards the end of that Superpole race, the bikes, the tyres, it all felt very strange. Wow, able to get through on Jonathan Rea with no problem. Not often you can say that against a 6 times world champion. I know, over 100 race wins, of course. There's Boulaga and Bautista there, sort of chopping and changing positions. Alex Lowe's with a small gap. Is this over yet then? I don't think it is. We've got plenty of time. The first 5 laps have been anything but clean as we get caught in that curb again. Come on. I've got to sort that out. I can't keep getting caught on those curbs. It's costing me too much time. It's probably knackering the tyres as well. So 1.3 is the gap to Alex Lowe's. I can see him, so that's not to be too concerned. But that second advantage is putting the pressure on. Let's change of thought now. Let's change the focus. Let's just try and get past on the 2 factory Ducatis. We've got both. In fact, there's another ride there in his debut, of course, Nicola Boulaga. Won him, a matter of fact, in real life. And then we did the same. Oh, that felt weird. That felt really weird. In MotoGP 24, you can just run across those curbs all day, and they feel lovely. That one felt incredibly weird. It's like a riding on ice ever so slightly. In fact, the man ahead of us, not Bautista, but the one ahead of him, Boulaga, is the fastest man on track, 1:27.338. Well, this lap's looking promising for me. I have calmed down a little bit. So now go on the brakes nice and early, that's better. Keep it in tight, don't touch the rear tyre. What the hell am I doing onto the curb there? Ooh, Bautista made a small mistake. They always wheelie in that corner. If you wheelie, I'll go through. Just give me that moment and I'll take it. Right, do not go on the curb this time. A little bit better. Not great, but better. And the lap time, bettered as well. But I did notice there, Iannone and Boulaga were both in the 1:27.2s. So we're not significantly quicker than our competitors ahead. Of course, we've got our compatriot leading in the form of Alex Lowe's. The only other Englishman in the top 5 right now, apart from myself. 2 other, British riders, 7th and 8th, but 1 more English one behind us. Ooh, a bit of a dip there into the Stoner corner. Just losing the front ever so slightly. Didn't feel like I was going to crash, just felt the dip. Of course, good suspension with this bike, actually keeping us in a good position to feel comfortable. Of course, I have changed my suspension in this game. It's dramatically towards 0 for the bike. I found it allows me to turn it much easier than I ever have done. Of course, that was a thing I discovered back in the day when I was doing Superbike 2022 content. Was that Top Rack having a look behind him? What's he seen? You can probably see the red Ducati glaring him in the face right now. He's so used to seeing those Ducatis, isn't he? Boulaga had that big wheelie. Doesn't mean I can get through this time. Although I might have a sniff. Have a little nibble. Not going to make it stick. But if we're precise here, we could improve our lap time once again. We were rapid in the Superpole session, with Slipstream this time across the line. Iannone was the fastest man and immediately bettered by myself, who's used the horsepower of the M1000RR to get through on the Panigale. We are now up to 4th. Ooh, steady. Still not quite comfortable there on that left-hand side of the tyre. The C1 it's the right tyre choice for me, but it just feels a little bit loose going into those left-handers. I haven't quite got the confidence to hit the brake any harder than I have been doing, but I can hit it hard here. There's Iannone. He's sizing up Alex Lowe's. His 27.1 lap time a moment ago has brought him right into the fray. And here's myself, still trying to keep up as well. This has been a great race so far. This has not disappointed at all. Race 1 was brilliant, Superpole was awesome, and this one, I am working tirelessly to try and catch these guys up. Didn't think I would get pushed this hard after race 1. Trying to find a way, in fact, if Boulaga gets the wheelie on here, we're through. And he did ever so slightly. I'm coming through. Allow the German motorcycle to come past as we're up to 4th. Will not improve the lap time here. Ooh, Top Rat got caught on the curb there. Did you see that? The number 54 bouncing on the curbs. He's going to be good on the brakes though. Alex Lowe still leading the way. What a performance from the Kawasaki man so far. The lad from Lincolnshire leads by the thin margin of probably about a tenth of a second. Yeah, he's had a look behind him. He knows we're talking about him. Hold on to the power. I think this is go time. We're approaching half distance. And this is a chance for us to attack Top Rat. Whoa, bit of contact. I think we rubbed knees. Good job of both wearing yellow knee sliders. Ooh, big wheelie coming out of the Miller hairpin there. And now into Siberia. We're finding time. We are finding time. I'm getting a little bit more aggressive on the throttle and I think it's paying off. That waiting around just to keep the tyre at a good temperature is working well. I want to have enough tyre just in case of a battle towards the last couple of laps. Tyre conservation for your content creator today. Now in the right-hander. If he wheelies, we're through. There's that wheelie. That's exactly what I was looking for. Top Rat has been dispossessed of third place. What a race this has been so far. This has been a methodical, fast-paced chess match. Now out with the left-hand side. This could be the first 1:26 lap time of the weekend. Across the line. Oh, not quite. It's a 1:27.004 here in Phillip Island. 5,000th of a second away from a brand new lap time for myself, which would have been a 1:26. I think we can still get that. The bike is beginning to feel really good right now. It's almost as if it's been saving itself for the lower fuel and then the right temperature with the tyre. We're going to go through on Unoni here as well. Can we do the double? We don't need to. We don't need to. We don't need to just send it. Ooh, we'll touch his rear tyre there. Oh, that felt weird. I felt like I was going to lose the front then. That is a problem with Superbike 22. Amazingly, we've hardly seen any crashes in this game. There's been a few behind us, but other than that, everyone's been able to keep it together. It's been a cracking experience so far. I am thrilled to be back on Superbike 22. One of my favourite motorcycle racing games of all time. It is fantastic. Alex Lowe's. He is in that position now where I can overtake if he makes that mistake. He's done it. There it is. Can you believe it? We were down to 9th earlier on. We're back up to the front. And we're about... Well, at least we have the potential of improving our lap time once again. Ooh, rear tyre. Just be careful. Our lap times have been significantly better than it was in Superpole and both race 1. Really strong, consistent lap times there. A deviation of no more than 4/10. Alex Lowe's is still not giving up the fight. Well, he has led for a long time today. And I think he's going to be pretty annoyed if he can't bring it home. I am looking for the 3rd victory this weekend in Phillip Island. I think it's looking promising. It really is. On the brakes then. Birds in the skies flying past. It's a 0.2 of a second. Oh, in fact, I only lost a 1/10 of a second out of that corner. Comparing to the, what do you call it? I have no idea. The Delta. The Delta, that's what it's called. Yeah, we're still on it here. This could be another good lap time. But it's requiring these good lap times just for a chance to be in the hunt for a victory. It's so refreshing, this. Moto 2 at the moment in MotoGP 24 career mode is just far too easy on the hardest difficulty. This is keeping me working. Ooh, a little bit wide. That's cost me a lot of time, hasn't it? Yeah, this is not over yet. This is far from over. That's a big problem I find for myself. It's difficult to keep the concentration up when I'm leading the race. I'm not bad in the hunt, but being the hunted makes me a little bit nervous. We've lost 4/10 on that previous lap then compared to the other. Alex Lowe's, he's coming, isn't he? He might try and size me up here into the southern loop. Trying to brake early now into the southern loop so they don't get through upon the entrance of the apex. On the exit they might get close enough, but on the entrance I don't think they can. Oh god. 1/10 of a second it is. Surely the AI will not be strong enough to pass me into turn 4. No way! The Kawasaki almost got through. What about now into Siberia? Yes, here he comes. Oh, I am human. I have yielded to the pressure of Alex Lowe's. I might be the new kid on the block. But Alex Lowe says, look, I want my first win for a while. I want to win again in Phillip Island. I want to win again in 2024. I might let him lead for a bit. Ooh, steady. But he's going to run it deep here, isn't he? No, he isn't. He's definitely keeping me honest here, Alex Lowe's. Can I launch it in the inside? Not this time. Let Alex Lowe's do the donkey work, but he runs it really wide there. Still has a lot of momentum to continue to have that lead going across the line. Across the line there, one of our worst lap times yet. Tyres are beginning to struggle with only a few more laps left in this session. I'm 1000 screaming as we downshifted prematurely there. And again into the left-hander. Whoa, that was tight! Look at that! Where's that grip come from? Who knew that I could brake that aggressively into that left-hander? That has paid off wonderfully. 0.2 of a second to the lad from Lincolnshire. The number 22 is behind, but for how much longer? Toprak has not shown a wheel to Andrea Iannone yet. Is he biding his time as well? That's deep for Siberia. Here comes Lowe's again. But I'll go for the inside line though. The old cutback. And it's done. He's not going to send it into turn 7. He is going to send it. Whoa! Alex Lowe's. He was really close there. And again. This is where it gets messy. When the AI start doing things like that, that's when it makes me nervous. Oh man. Wide into turn 10. Bit of a wheelie. I'm also wheeling now. I've got anti-wheelie on 4 to avoid that wheelie. Maybe the AI needs it on something similar. We're losing a second. I'm getting nervous. I'm really getting nervous here. I know it's not as important as it would be in race 1 or the Superpole, but I have a chance here of going 3 for 3. It's a perfect weekend if we do. Not quite actually, now I think about it. I never took pole. That would be the ultimate perfect weekend. To get the fast lap in each session and the Superpole qualifying pole position lap. It's not happening. But Iannone, no, again. Oh my god, deja vu. We're going to give carte blanche to Iannone to get through here. He hasn't taken it. I am getting... Oh my god, come on. Wide into turn 4. Iannone gets on through, but surely I can hold on to the advantage going in Siberia. I can't. He's run it a bit deep. It's a cut. Oh my god, 3 abreast. No, did Toprak get through? He did. Just briefly. Oh no, he's holding on to it. Yeah, we're going to see Toprak go for it now, aren't we? Perhaps he's been saving, and that's the widest I've been. Look how close the rear tyre was. Oh my lord, the nerves are shot. The nerves are shot here in Phillip Island. Toprak makes a mistake. We push El Turco wide, and we have the advantage. Well, I'll tell you now, I didn't expect this to be this action-packed. 17 laps of pure bliss here in Phillip Island. What a performance so far. 0.3 of a second separates myself and the Superbike 20 real-life World Championship leader. It's a battle of Germany, the battle of the Munich bikes. What a difference virtual world has made to real life. 2 German bikes, 2 BMWs fighting for the win. Brilliant. I haven't seen this since myself and Flavio Baldacci teamed up to join a league in Superbike 22. Never seen this. This is marvellous. And I'm keeping Toprak at bay here. Channeling my inner Flavio, apparently. We're actually going to get quicker here. On lap 15, surely not. Did we do the same in race 1? A little bit wide. Brake early, though. Keep it in tight. Run the curve if you have to. Keep it in tight. Like a person with a good secret. Keep it shut. Keep it tight. We're alright. We're doing alright here. Half a second it is to Top Rack. If I can build that advantage up to about 7/10, I'd call it there and then. I would call it quits. I don't think Top Rack can get us there. Gap is 6/10 of a second. This is a good lap time coming in here. Back into the 27s. It's a 27.3. That would be almost as fast as the race 1 lap time. This is critical. If I get that second advantage, we begin to celebrate. 6/10 of advantage. 7/10 of an advantage. I think we've done it. This could be the most critical penultimate lap that you will watch today. On their brakes. There's a lot of birds flying above, isn't there? Keeps distracting me. Into the right-hander. 2/10 of a second is what we're down on the delta. If we're doing any lap times that are comfortably in that 127 to 127.5, then we've got this one signed, sealed and delivered. What a race this has been. Half a second is what's lost on our delta, and we still have half a second advantage to Top Rack. We've done this. I'm calling it now. There's no way they can catch us now. Beautiful tight apex to turn 10 there. Ran a little bit wide upon the exit. But into turn 11, 6/10 of a second to our delta. That would put us in a 127.6. Top Rack's not catching us up now. We've got loads of grip still left in the middle part of the tyre for that SC0. It's curtains. It's 9/10 of a second. We've pulled the pin, ladies and gentlemen. We will be a back-to-back-to-back winner in Phillip Island. 62 points available for us this weekend, and we're going to pinch 62 points. Oh, look at Garrett Gerloff there into 7th. That's a cracking ride from the American. What a job that is. I'm impressed with that. Onto the brakes then. The advantage. Look at the advantage. 9/10. Has it gone to a second? Oh, it was momentarily. If we get that at second, we break the resolve of the rider in second. We might not get it after all, but what a performance nonetheless. This is going to be another great lap time at the end. Why am I dicing with death on that corner? I don't really need to push that hard. Trying to make a statement victory here at the end. What a race. What a battle. I thoroughly enjoyed trying to fight my way back up though. And there's a second advantage. We've done it. We have done it. We are going to be a 3-time World Superbike race winner in 3 races. It's an 100% race winning record for us today. Quick look behind us. It's a marvellous performance. Big wheelie for the aces as we take victory once again in Superbike 22. Well, that was magnificent. What a performance. What a race. What a weekend. Just top marks. I am thrilled. So guys, not too difficult to work out. 62 points up for available, 62 points up for grabs. We won every single race, therefore 62 points for our championship. 16 points clear from our closest rival, Top Rack Razgatlioglu. So, let's now conclude the video with the Constructors' Championship. We should be up the top, and it's the perfect 62. We could win that first ever Constructors' Championship in World Superbike. But guys, thanks for watching the video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you tomorrow for more DrAce content. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.